Hello everyone, I'm Del, back with another video where I'll be going over my experience with the T16 RF build for this league, and I hope that anyone that wants to transition to this build will find this video helpful. If you're just here looking for different PoE builds to try, I would definitely recommend this one. Now, we'll go over my items, we'll discuss some upgrade plans, pros and cons, and at the end you would also have some map reviews that I hope you find interesting. And that being said, let's begin. First off, we're gonna have a look at the gear that isn't really min-maxed. It's just day 2 to day 3 gear for some of you. I'm still grinding money for my mage blood, and there are a few other things that I want to upgrade. But for the most part, you got the uniques that you already know about: Dark Seer, Cloak of Flame, Hateful Accuser, and the Valerium Ring. On top of that, we also got the Defiance of Destiny Amulet. And for the rare items, I got here my 6-link RF. To be honest, I didn't bother changing this one. Then I have the shield, which is increased reservation efficiency. I just rolled this one, kept it as it is, and yeah, just didn't bother too much about it. Then we have the boots, general items, belt. I went for this one. Didn't really want to get a Siege Vice at the time. I would say the build already feels strong enough without it, and as I will upgrade to Mage Blood eventually, I'd say this one's gonna do the job for now. I have the gloves, same thing, just a general pair of gloves. Nothing crazy about it. For the upgrade plans, I am looking forward to get my Mage Blood first of all. Then I will definitely try to go for a higher end gear, stuff like a Svalin maybe. Getting a cluster jewel setup, a large cluster would be definitely something that I'm looking up to. And then maybe getting a Forbidden Flesh and Flame Jewel setup. I guess those are just a few things that come to my mind right now. But yeah, probably more things out there to look for and improve. The flask are not even min-maxed, as I only got 2 charges when hit. Now, obviously, this isn't too much of a problem for me. As I'm getting my Mage Blood soon anyways, I will just change my flasks soon as well. So yeah, that's about it. As for the skill tree, you can look here. We have it a bit different than the guide would say. That is mostly because I try to play around with the limits of this build, and yeah, I'm just not using any endurance charges right now. That is because of 2 things. Well, first of all, as I said, I was playing with the limits of the build, trying to see how much damage I can take without dying. But yeah, there is also the second part, which would be the Aetherfold's altar that reduces your life recovery per endurance charge. Now, when I would have maps with that thing on, I'd always have to just refund the inexorable node and go without endurance charges for the rest of the map. So I decided to just take it off completely, scale my health up a bit, also getting some damage for RF, although that is not my main source of damage. But yeah, the main part about the skill tree is definitely gonna be the Blood Notch, Crimson Jewel, in combination with the Immutable Force, and that is what makes this build so strong. Now, for some pros and cons, I would say that the first thing to notice is that the gameplay is just super chill. You're going around the map, kill stuff without pressing any buttons. You just blow up everything, and yeah, just have fun with it. It is also super tanky to the point it feels unkillable, literally. Now, it is not unkillable. I'm not sure if this is accurate or not, but I've read that you can mostly die from huge amounts of cold damage hits that also crit. And the reason for that is that these apparently don't count stunning hits, which kind of denies the whole point of Blood Notch and Immutable Force, which is again the main source of defense. But yeah, other than that, you can't really die unless there's just some insane amount of damage that would one-shot you anyways. Also, you can farm different league mechanics, and the build will still feel amazing. You can go for Breach, you can go for Harvest, you can do Ultimatum, you can do Delirium, and just a lot more of these. I also did some highs, I also did strong boxes. You don't feel like there is anything that can stop you. And another great part about the build is that you can start on a relatively small budget. Now, would I call this a league starter? If you're only referring to the cast and stun setup, no. I mean, if you're fast enough and you just grind a lot day one, you could probably get it as a day one starter, but this build really comes to practice when you get the Blood Nut Joe. And the prices for it, for this league at least, they went up by a lot. They went up super quick, and by the end of day two, they were already at 10 divines or something for a mini roll. So yeah, there just wasn't a chance to league start. If you're a late starter, you just couldn't league start this. But there is always the regular RF that you can always follow on Pox's guide, and from that point you can super easily convert this one. And yeah, you just fully complete your atlas, get to tier 16 maps, do some bossing, and then you just swap to Castle Stun, start making your money. For the cons, there aren't that many things to say here, but you should know that this is not a boss killer. In fact, single target damage is quite bad, and you mostly rely on killing phantasms summoned by the penance mark from your ring in order to kill bosses. It is also not a super fast map blaster, although the build compensates with a huge amount of AoE damage from RF, explosions, ignite, and all the other skills activated by the cast and stun gems. But yeah, you don't have an insane amount of speed, which to some people might be a downside. Also, I guess it can be boring. As much as I enjoy playing the build, I understand that some people might feel the need of pressing multiple buttons from time to time. So if it wasn't obvious from the beginning, this build doesn't require you to do that. I guess that is a thing that should be prevented, meaning if you don't like one button builds, you probably shouldn't have picked up on this from the start. But for the most part, it shouldn't be a problem as long as you keep this in mind. And then I guess this doesn't really relate to the build itself, but map regex has a pretty high level of strictness, and it might require you to roll some maps more than you normally would, but you can just always get 8 modded maps with your desired regex and get over this whole part. Yeah, that's just another thing to keep in mind. And that is pretty much it. As a general opinion, the build is great. It is an all-rounder that allows you to farm whatever you want. Again, bossing is not really the best part of it. You can still do bosses, but it's gonna be very slow and probably not worth your time. But if you want to, I guess sure you can always go for it. And you don't have to always be 100% focused on the game at all time. I definitely do not regret playing this build, and I'm looking forward to seeing how strong it will be when I get all the endgame gear. So that being said, let's proceed to the map showcase. for any additional info on the build, you will have a link to Emiracle's spreadsheet. She's also the person that I followed when I discovered build, and if I had anything that I wanted to know about, just came here, looked for it, and just watch her videos. You will have a link for both in the description down below. So this was the video. If you find it helpful, or if you enjoyed watching it, I would really appreciate you liking, subscribing, or commenting, as it really helps me by boosting me into the algorithm. You can always find me on Twitch, streaming daily, playing this build, and just grinding for gear. And till the next time, I hope you have a good one. Take care.